Hello, hello, hello. I have decided that it is time to do a Reiki vlog. I've been needing to do one for a long time and things are slipping by that are not being recorded. So even though there's a big box here in the background because I'm packing things to take them to Goodwill, it's just time to do this. So I have lots of things to talk about with Reiki right now. Let's just start with what's going on with me. First of all, I am still working through the apprenticeship program, the Master's Apprenticeship Program. I am a practitioner, and I have been doing Reiki on myself since I finished up Reiki Level 1, which was in April this year. Excuse me. And my practice has been for myself to do half an hour of Reiki on me every single day with the intention that that Reiki energy um, goes to whatever will benefit me the most. So I don't really limit it or aim it most of the time. And so I have something that the doctors call cough variant asthma, and or at least they tell me I have that. And so I haven't focused on that, like I said, but I've noticed that this year, around this time of year, it can get really, really hairy. And I've gone through one really rough time with it already, and I've noticed that even the rough times are not as bad as last year's rough times. So I'm feeling like there is some improvement being made in that. They do teach that something that you've had for a long time, and this I can have since at least I was a teenager. I can remember having it. But they do teach in Reiki that if you've had something for a long time, you want to do chronic persistent Reiki on it, so I'm not surprised that it's not completely gone, and especially because I haven't really focused on it in particular, but I know that it is much, 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 much better. This year I didn't have to have a trip to the emergency room. This year I was able to be at home and take care of things and get things back under control without having to do extreme measures like that. So that's wonderful progress. And then something else that is a little more personal than that, as if that isn't personal enough, is that every year whenever I go and have a mammogram done before this, what's happened is they do the mammogram and then they send me the results and they say, you know, we want to look at you some more. And last time we went through an ultrasound and then we went through special mammograms. I can't remember which order we did. And they finally said, well, we think you're okay. We really can't tell for sure. But that's as good as we can look at it. Or something basically to that effect in just more professional terms. So that's not exactly reassuring. I guess the fact that they didn't put me on chemo right away was supposed to be comforting. I don't know. But this year, when I went and had my mammogram done, I got my results in the mail, and they said that I'm normal, whatever normal is. So we don't have to look at things twice and 3 times and 4 times. It's wonderful. So apparently whatever was going on in there has been cleaned up quite a bit, and I'm very grateful for that. I've often wondered, you know, if I'm not actually seeing what's going on with my Reiki, what is it taking care of? Is it taking care of something that's going wrong that I don't know about? So it looks like maybe it was. So I'm very happy about that. Um, and then as far as some of the people that I have been working with the Reiki, things have just blown me away as far as results. I had a lady come to me that wanted some help with getting a deployment. She works for FEMA and they deploy for disasters, so she helps out in disasters. She deploys with FEMA for them, and anyway, at least I'm assuming it's FEMA. And she hadn't had a deployment in a while. And so a few days after we did the Reiki, she did get a 5 or 6 day deployment. So that's good. That's a start. Um, that kind of got the energy moving. So I was excited about that. And then a friend of the same lady contacted me, and she had just moved, bought a house, and lost her job like the next day or the next week or something. Just incredible, panic mode type of thing. And she didn't really necessarily know that she wanted a job so much, but she did want money to come in. And I didn't realize it as we were talking, but she also deploys for FEMA sometimes. And after we got done with the session, before I even got to her to do the check-in call, she got a phone call from FEMA and they wanted to deploy her for 30 days, which would have been enough to get things taken care of in the house and all of that good stuff. And then she called back a couple of days later and said that because her roommate has some disabilities, she gets a discount on the different utilities, and she was going to have to pay a $450 deposit that when they found out the situation with her roommate, she did not have to pay. So when we did the Reiki to help her with the situation with, just buying the house and losing the job and having money come in, those were the results. And I have to say that she also practices Reiki, and so she was also doing Reiki at the same time that I was doing Reiki on that whole situation. So it wasn't like just because I did Reiki on her, but still it was just amazing results of Reiki. Like, wow, so cool. And there's just been a lot of other cool stuff. My latest client has suffered from irritable bowel syndrome for several years now. And from the first session, she noticed a big difference and continues to notice wonderful things with that. We've done 3 sessions now. And after the second session, she was even saying, I'm not having the symptoms I used to have. So it's fantastic and wonderful. And we're kind of continuing on with her because she also has some other things that she wants to do too. So, but I am loving doing Reiki. I just am thrilled at the results that people are getting as a result of the Reiki. And it's something that makes me very happy. Now, readings still make me very happy. Readings always have, and they always will. Reiki has that newness to it for me that, something is exciting when it's still new, and it still has that new and excitingness and joyfulness and just over the top wow, where the readings, there's still wow factor, but it's not as much over the top anymore. It's like, yeah, I expected that I would know. I would expect that, your reading would be accurate. It's not like a ho-hum thing. I don't think working with spirit will ever be a ho-hum thing. And there are certainly, definitely wow moments like, oh my gosh, wow. But with the Reiki, that's where I'm getting so many of those wow moments as I'm exploring and discovering the different things that it can do, not only for myself, but for other people as well. It's just so amazing, and I'm so glad that I chose to take this path finally. People kept telling me, you're a healer, you're a healer, you're a healer for years, and I was like, not interested. So, yeah, I'm glad I've done this. I guess I waited until I was ready and the timing was right, but this is really a wonderful experience for me. So that's that. Everybody have a fantastic, wonderful day, and peace out.